Communication is the transfer of information from one person to another one. But is that the case with electronic media? I got a chance to interact with the media personnel to tell us if that is the case with electronic media.
So, this is where our editing studios are. Our voice booth is also in this section. So what you see on my left, those are edit suites. We have this is 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 edit suites that we have. Maybe let me show you into one.
How are you?
Fine. Tell me.
Can you kindly tell me your announcing specializations?
My specialization is business news. Well, a very good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Inside Business. My name is Zawadi Mdibo, and you're watching Inside Business, the last word in business. Today is an interesting day. We'll be speaking on issues to do with electronic money transfer service. A very interesting concept there called Home-Pesa. And we have the founder, pretty young man, who will be talking to us about this innovation that seeks to revolutionize the money transfer business in Kenya. There's been a lot of interest on that account, and I have never tried sports or any other politics or any of these other segments of news. When you come from the field, usually we use memory cards. So there's a card reader which you connect to the USB cable, and you take in the footage that you need. And then now, this gentleman here, Yagon, is one of our video editors. So what happens? He lays a timeline or a sequence upon which now you are able to, after you've voiced, your voice and the pictures are now edited to be in sync. Yeah. So as you're writing your script, it should be clear what you want in your script. Who do you want to speak? So you write a script is basically a guideline, and that script should guide the video editor such that even if you're not there, he can edit without you. So the script tells you you format the script in a way you show what pictures you want, what bytes or up sounds you want, and who is saying them, and you give time codes because the footage is long. So you can say from time code 001 to 002, I want you to take that byte, and he's saying ABCD. So in your script, you also indicate verbatim what the person is saying. Then that is easier. Otherwise, you will be required to sit down with the video editor, and that takes too much time, which is unnecessary.
So, like when you have a reporter is in the field, do they report live, or you have to edit the footage first?
Sometimes we do live, where you put the outside broadcasting van and you relay live. But when you have to edit, the reporter has to come back and now sit down with the video editor. That's why you see there's another seat right here. There are 2 seats. So the reporter comes and sits beside the video editor. And now, as he's editing, the reporter is directing the video editor on what they want, because it's the reporter who knows their story. The video editor is just a professional who knows how to make sense out of the pictures and the voice. Yeah.
So if now a reporter is doing it live and then they do a mistake?
If they do a mistake, it happens. But you're supposed to compose yourself and get back on your feet. So once it has been edited, we export on the desktop, and then we connect with the server. It is real time. So it's put into the server, and from the news gallery, as news is going on, the director in the news gallery is able to play the clip real time. Unlike Kitambo, we used to have, you record on a tape, you dub on a tape, and then you put it in a VCR machine. Today it's online, so the system is virtual. The video editor can link the story with the director. The guy in the library can relay footage or cutaways that we use in the story through the server with the video editor. So you don't really have to meet. And we always have phones in the video booth, in the video editing booth. This helps in communication. You can communicate to a reporter who is in the newsroom, you can communicate to the director or whoever within the company. So it helps in coordination because, as you realize, we occupy 4 floors. So you cannot run around from the first floor to the 4th floor every other time. Sometimes you just need to drop some instruction over the phone and everything is done.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm talking about the editors. Are they given a duration in which they're supposed to edit the news?
As a reporter, it's your responsibility to prepare your footage or cutaways and script so that when you come, you take the least time possible. As a video editor, he will not know what you want unless you tell him. So the speed depends on the reporter. And like you see, we have a monitor. This is what is on air right now. And you can change to other channels. So it helps the monitor. For example, sometimes you go on air, the first story is on air, the second, third story are still being edited. So you're able to monitor. Once you put it in the server, within no time, within a minute, they can actually play it on air. So the TV is in every booth because it helps to track. Yeah. So now, this is our newsroom. So when the cameras are on upstairs, when it's on mtu akisoma news ni kama amekuangalia. Usually they look into the teleprompter or autoplay. And so we have one newsroom. So if there is need to do something for the newsroom, we can actually do live news from the newsroom. That's why it's yes. That's why you can see the connection. They go all the way to the main studio, and it is verified. So once it's switched on, this red button comes on, and have you seen maybe news headlines? They're red, and you see guys in the newsroom. So this is the camera that is using this. Yeah. No, this is already a camera. Yeah, and it's controlled from the main camera. We have various television sets and various sections, pillars, all this. We have different channels, you see the station from here, the television, all competition. So you need to watch a competition. So we watch all the TV stations. Yes. Not exactly, but you just want to know if there is any breaking news, possibly you missed it, so it helps you to keep up.
So you're just in front of the iMac. So could this be what you always do?
Yeah, what happens is here at K24, I'm the deputy business editor, and besides that, I have a daily program that I produce, which is Insight. It's a 30 minutes magazine show. It's called Inside Business, that runs every day between 1:30. From your father, from your grandfather, be a partaker in the creation of wealth. Now that brings us to the first part of Built to Last. My name is Zawadi Mdibo. Join me tomorrow as we speak to an advocate of the High Court to talk to us about what is in the will. Well, talking about building a business to last, we have in studio the founder of a new concept called Home Pesa. He'll be talking to us about what inspired him into bringing up this particular concept and how it works. And then, of course, like I mentioned earlier on, we'll be moving over to Kigali, where we'll be speaking to Maya to talk to us about the World Economic Forum and what is happening so far. It begins today and ends Friday. And so I'll join Dennis Satya. Thank you very much, Dennis, for your time.
Thank you, Mr.
Welcome to Inside Business. We'd like you to just start us off by telling us what Home Pesa is about.
Well, thank you, everyone, and thank you for hosting me, Mr. Mudiwo.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm Dennis Satya. I'm the founder of Home Pesa. It's actually under a company called Innovation Holdings Limited. We have 5 brands, Home Pesa being one of them, our top brand. Another one is Home Circle, Home Pesa Donation, Extra QA, and TriberPay. But today I'm focusing on Home Pesa. Home Pesa is a diaspora money transfer service that actually it links all banks in the world using the ATM cards so that senders from outside Kenya can send money direct to M-Pesa. That's how it functions, and we have been in operation for the last 4 months, and so far we have over 15,000 registrations, and we have transferred now. It's last time I checked.
Being in electronic media is all about passion.
My day begins at 4 in the morning. Wake up at 4
a.m.
4 a.m. Prepare. I don't like preparing in a hurry, so I wake up at 4, prepare, leave the house 5, latest 5:30 in the morning. I'm in the office by 7, sometimes 6:30. That is important because it helps in the sense that when you get to work or in the office early, you have adequate time to plan yourself and plan your day. Sometimes when my supervisor is not in, then I'm in charge of producing the bulletin, the business bulletin of the station. So then I need to look out, read papers, look out online what is happening, look at previous stories that we've been doing, and sort of gauge what is newsworthy for the day and plan, so that by the time the rest of the team comes in at 8:30 in the morning when we're having a meeting, then you have a clear direction of how you want to lead the team. So we have a meeting at 8:30 as a business desk where we allow members of the team to make suggestions to stories they want to pursue on that particular day. They are assigned accordingly, then they are sent out in the field. So then my day now begins at 9. After that meeting, we have now a 9 a.m. meeting as a newsroom, the entire newsroom every day. It takes about 1 hour. I don't usually attend the whole of it. I take about 30 minutes because then I have to come back to my desk to prepare for the show at 1. So I come, research, look at stories that we need to do. Once I'm clear of how the Inside Business program will look like, then I'm able to now execute planning. So it's very hectic because as a producer, as a host, sometimes as a reporter, you are so involved. You have to ensure you have independent guests, you have fresh topics, you have relevant topics. So you cannot afford to come to work late, you cannot afford to sleep on your job, literally. It's really a busy day. In the afternoon, I take a break until about 3:34 after 2 p.m. Then I start preparing for 7 news, 7 o'clock, because I also produce the Swahili Business News and Anchor. It takes me between 4 and 6 p.m. to ready myself. By 7 I should be ready. At about 7:20, 7:30 p.m. I get into studio to read the business news. Then by 8 I'm out of studio. So then my day would end there. But on most occasions I then have to look at 9 o'clock bulletins. How do we, if I have a story that I'm working on, if I have a story that I'm working with a member of the team to produce, then again I stay around. So technically, on average, I will leave the office 9:30, 10 p.m. So we're talking about from 6 in the morning until 10 p.m. So now this is our sound booth. We have 2 sound booths for TV. As you see, we have this microphone and we try to filter, because of sometimes there are people who will voice and there is a pop sound. So this helps to filter this shield here. And of course you can see the microphone clearly right there. So this is what records. And then you can see those acoustics, what is on the wall. And that helps to contain sound. You don't have echoes, you have clarity of voice. If we lock this door, even the guy that is standing out of this door, they will not hear anything you're saying, neither will you hear. So that helps to make sure that the sound is clear.
So this microphone picks all around?
It picks all around. So now you connect. For example, let me just show you. You open a new sequence. This is now, we use Adobe for voices. So once you open a new sequence and then you press on record, you see it's already moving. So if I start speaking, for example, you can see I'm speaking and the sound waves are there.
It's picking.
So once it's speaking, then you do that, you've stopped it, then you save it in a server. Once it's put in that server, the video editor in the video editing booth, they can access that voice.
Oh.
Yes, so then it helps in editing.
So if you have your story, like you have your story, and then the sound as problems, you can come do it here.
Yeah,
then
you come back here.
Oh.
Yes. I don't have a social life. I think I'm accustomed to this job. In fact, most of the people I associate with or friends are people that I meet in the line of duty, possibly the people I interview, the people I work with, or in other media houses that we meet in the field. Before I joined media, I had so many friends. I think that friend list was cut by 95% because I don't have time for friends. When I'm off duty on weekends, sometimes I have classes on Saturday because I'm also studying. So I only have Sunday and I have to go to church. Then in the afternoon of Sunday, I have to rest. So technically, I have no time for social life.
Let's go to your educational background. Can you kindly tell us how?
I trained as a broadcast journalist. However, still pursuing PR because I want at some point to do PR.
Why
PR because this is it's still in line with communication. Should I surprise you? I'm actually pursuing PR at Daystar. But because of my job, I technically do 2 units a semester, so you'll hardly see me there. Maybe Saturday morning or mid-morning and maybe Friday, because I don't go to studio on Fridays in the evening. PR because I believe there's a better way we can relate media organizations and PR organizations. There is a disconnect. Most of the people in PR have never worked in media. They just have a clue or maybe friends in media, but they do not understand how systems work. And therefore you realize people in PR think positive stories must always be done about their companies, about their employers. But we have to be objective. And so PR because I want to grow that facet of PR. I have a registered PR firm, which is considerably active, but not entirely, because once in a while I engage privately. But my end game is at some point I want to, when I get tired with this job, because at some point I need to leave, then I will have some time by myself to do my thing. Yes.
So was that when you were in the university, was that what you really wanted, or it just came when you were in the university? You had the choice in the university?
Media or journalism is something that I had a passion with. I think I'm lucky. I'm one of the few people who had a dream about this industry and from a tender age and grew to live it. When I cleared high school, I was called to campus, University of Nairobi. But I didn't want to go and study whatever I was asked to do. I was supposed to do literature. I did not want to do literature because I wanted to study journalism. So what did I do? I asked my dad to take me to KIMC, Kenya Institute of Mass Communication. At the time, it was easy. It was not easy getting to Kenya Mass, but it was the most strong communication institution whose success rate was 90%. 90% of people that had trained there were in the media industry. That was my motivation. And later on then, I have been going back to school to further my studies. But I wanted to do this, and this is where I am.
Okay. So what was the position that you held in the broadcast field?
Initially, I started working at Nation as an intern in NTV. That was in 2009. I left after 6 months. I joined KTN as a trainee reporter. Then I was confirmed. I worked there for 3 years. By the time I was leaving KTN, I was a senior business anchor and reporter. Then I joined K24 as a deputy business editor. Yes.
Okay. So does this field satisfy your emotional and physical professional life?
Yes, this is just about passion, and if you have passion, then you will not struggle. So for me, it's about passion. You have no business working or being an employee or working in a field that you're not passionate about. It's not really about how much you need to earn in a particular career. It's about what value you need to put. You find fulfillment in doing what you want to do and what you love to do. And therefore, given that this is a profession and a career that I had dreamt of pursuing from a tender age, I got inspired by cousins who have worked in the industry, and I could see them, I could watch them, and I would feel excited, and I would tell them, by the way, I need to replace you on screen. And funny, my brother Norman Mudibo used to work at NTV, and he left at the end of 2008. At the beginning of 2009, that's when I joined NTV. So for me, it felt like a dream had come true. I told him I would replace you, and he quit media to join PR, and that is when I joined media. So yeah, it does fulfill my.
So how do you feel now, since you're doing the whole thing that you're passionate about, you're now doing it practically?
It's fulfilling, and what matters to me most is I believe I'm adding value to society and impacting people's lives. For me, as a business reporter, I look at business news as something that needs to empower the ordinary of any ordinary person economically. You have to give information that will help them make certain decisions, economic decisions, even at family level or beyond. And I get people calling, I get people texting me, I get people writing to me emails on social networks, Facebook, and every time I read about what they think and how they are helped, I feel I have a positive impact. And for me, that is all that matters.
So is there any event or a job in this field that when you do, you feel you really have fulfilled the career passions that you have?
Basically, business news, business reporting. I can't imagine myself doing anything else. I've never tried. In fact, when I was hired at Nation in 2009, I was supposed to be a political reporter, and I remember I was put under Richard Chacha. He was the news editor at the time, and then I told him, Chacha, I don't think I can do politics. And that was day one. I was actually 20 minutes old in the newsroom. I told him, I don't think I can do politics. He asked me, what can you do, or what do you want to do? I told him business. And he said, are you sure? You're just fresh from school. In fact, you've not even graduated. How would you do business? I told him, I just want to do business. I think I'm passionate about business, and that's how I began into business.
When did that passion begin? Business?
passion as a business reporter was developed in my watching of news programs and how business reporters would interact with senior people in society, CEOs, presidents. And so I thought, this is a shortcut of meeting these guys. I don't have to write an email, do appointments. And today I get them calling me, CEOs call me, Bob Colmo calls me, whoever, they call me. Some of them even request for interviews. And for me, it's just amazing. It's humbling that while someone out there can't imagine meeting these people in person, they actually call me, they text me, and that is so fulfilling.
So now, if you're given a chance to go back and do your career, or freshly do the career, could you take this career, or you could opt for something else?
Well, given a chance to choose a career fresh, I will still do journalism. Yeah.
Why?
I have never known any other career. I've never imagined anything else. And I don't want to.
Wow, that's so good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Asante.
For you to communicate effectively in electronic media, you need to be passionate in the specific area of your study. My name is Faith Kosgei.